Hello, my name is Dr. Dilling. I am your professor this semester for Introduction to Oceanography. I want to take a few minutes to introduce the course webpage to you in kind of some general navigation in this video. I also have some other videos that'll be more specific with the syllabus, accessing Mastering Oceanography, where you can find your lab activities and some other information. So for this video, it's going to be a pretty general overview of how to navigate the website. We're starting on the main homepage. I am set as student view, so this should look exactly the same as your computer does. Starting with the main homepage, there's some contact information for me. The best way to contact me is through email at sdilling@edison.edu. You can click here to see some course announcements. I highly suggest that you set your settings for Canvas. And I don't know how you would do it as a student. I know how I would do it as a professor. But in your settings, in your notification settings, make it so that you receive an email of every announcement that I make. Otherwise, you'll have to log in pretty frequently to see when my announcements are made, and you might miss something that's important. So set it up so that you get an email into your Edison portal of all the announcements that are made. But to click them manually, you can click right here and go right to them. You can also do it from the top link right here as well. All right, moving down. The very first week of classes, I highly suggest you click on this first week activities and go down this page one by one and complete all of the information. The very first thing I want you to do is to print and read the course syllabus. You can do that a couple ways. If you click this first link, it'll bring you into a web version of the syllabus. All right. You can read everything that's in here, how grading policy goes, how the breakdown is all put together, and I'm going to make another video of just the syllabus, so I'm not going to spend too much time in this video for the syllabus. But the calendar and everything is enclosed in it. If you want a copy for yourself that you can print out, you can click here and get a PDF of the course syllabus. So if we go back to the home page and then I go back into first week activities. All right, next thing you want to do if you have not done so already is purchase your textbook. It is very important that you follow the guidelines for the textbook for this class. The textbook can only be purchased through Edison at the bookstore. Edison has set up a custom web page with the publisher of the textbook, Pearson, for Mastering Oceanography. You see this right here, Mastering Oceanography is a part of the class where all of your lab activities are done, where you can access the e-text for your textbook and some study guides. You cannot purchase the textbook on Amazon, off campus, or through Pearson directly. What you can do is you can follow number 2 by the e-textbook and just the access code of Mastering Oceanography through Edison Bookstore and then find a used textbook somewhere else. That's completely okay. It may save you money because the price for that is $95.25. If you can find a used copy of the 11th edition of Essentials of Oceanography and it's less than $90, you can save money, and that's completely okay. If you want to buy the new textbook, option number 1, you can buy the physical textbook that'll also give you the access code and the e-text, which is everything you need, but it's $185.25. Like I said, you can do number 2, where you only buy the e-text and that access code for the Mastering Oceanography. You also then have the option of buying a used textbook, but you do have to have a current access code, and it cannot be somebody's last year's that is selling it to you or anything like that. It has to be current for the semester. It links it to your student ID, so one code per student ID per semester. And don't be alarmed if it says Living Ocean. It's the same thing. You can use it for both Introduction to Oceanography and Living Ocean. And actually, your code is good for 1 year. So if you take Introduction to Oceanography, and then the next semester you take Living Ocean, which is the second half of this course, you may not have to buy a new access code at all. It should still work for the entire year, so you can take 2 classes and use the same textbook. All right, moving on down. Attendance verification, you should be pretty used to these with Edison. There are a few things that have to be done by May 14th for me to be able to provide attendance verification, and that way you can get your student aid. You'll see some of the activities here that have to be completed for me to give you attendance verification. There's links to bring you directly to them, and you can kind of go through that on your own time. There's instructions in them and everything. All right, the next thing to do would be to access the lab portion of this course, which is called Mastering Oceanography. I have a whole video right here that'll give you details about how to get into this portion of the course. So I'm not going to go through that now. But do make sure that you follow this link to make sure all your browsers and plugins and everything are up to date on your computer so that you have no problems. A big problem that a lot of students have is they get into Mastering Oceanography and they get a blank screen. When you get a blank screen, there's a few things that you can do. What's happening is that your computer is blocking content, thinking that it's unsafe content. So if you get a box on the bottom that says that it's blocking the content, you can click to say allow. Some browsers will have a screen that pops up in the browser part where you were to type an email address, and you can click on that shield and say allow content or do not block or something like that, and it should open up. I can actually show that to you real quick if you don't mind me kind of moving around a little bit. Let's go leave student view. Let me get into Mastering Oceanography, and here is that blank screen. Okay, don't worry if you get this. All you have to do is click on my computer down here. It says show all content, and it will open up that portion of the course for you. But like I said, sometimes it's a shield at the top of the browser depending on what your browser, which browser you're using. I'm currently using Internet Explorer. It's a little bit different if you're using Chrome or Safari or I don't even know what else is out there. But if you do have any problems accessing this Pearson, do not contact Edison IT support. They cannot help you. If you go into the modules section, all right, you can see right here, having trouble with Mastering Oceanography, there's a student support page. Again, show all content, because it does stop me every time. When you see these throughout this course, you can either see the website through Canvas, or you can click on this link. It'll open a new page for you. You can contact technical support, and there's a live chat 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and they can help you with any problems that you're having accessing Pearson, the Mastering Oceanography. So definitely utilize them if you're having problems. Okay, don't wait and don't freak out. Just contact them. But like I said, Edison IT support cannot help you with this. They're not very good at being able to show what to do. So let me go back to student view. All right, and let's see. Okay, back to where we were. So moving down the information, we did course syllabus, what you need to do for attendance verification, link is here, course information videos, you can find all different videos for different help topics, the learning modules, you can get to the modules from this link, or again, you can go up to the links here and get to the modules. We'll go through that in just a second, and again, your textbook information, how the course is broken down with the different percentage of weights. You do see extra credit here. There is extra credit offered. I think it's a total of 6 points I think I'm offering this semester. Here, yeah, I think it's 6 points. But that would be added to your final grade after the final course grade is calculated at the very end of the semester. So this is the calendar. As we go through the semester, make sure you stay on top of the calendar and your due dates. All right, don't fall behind on these due dates, but they just go one by one. I usually have all due dates on Fridays, so stay on top of it. That way you don't get behind. I have a link here showing some interesting videos and documentaries. I do offer extra credit for the documentaries and writing a opinion paper, which you can see right here. Last semester, I really focused on everybody watching Tapped for extra credit, but there are some other videos up here as well. And then back to that home page. I'll go all the way up here. All right. So from the home page, again, I said you can access the module section. The module section has really the meat and potatoes of the class, all of your help, what's needed for attendance verification, course resources, and when you're done with a section on the module section here, module area, you can click on the arrow and it'll close it, so it's not always open. So once you get through this first week, you can close all these. That way they're not always up every time you open up the module section. All right, this is chapter 1. So you go through, there's help videos. Again, if you're having problems with any of this, an overview of what chapter 1 is about, some guiding questions, the PowerPoint that you will follow for the class. If we click onto that, again, show all content. My browser is not cooperating with me tonight. Sometimes this will load correctly, sometimes it will not, but you'll see here the PowerPoint for the course, and then you can click through it for all of your information for the topics in every chapter. And if I go back to the modules, I did not save that, I want those closed. PowerPoint with the metric lab. You're going to go through the activity first on the PDF and then take the quiz. All right, the quiz is where it'll put all of your answers for your grade. In the chapter 1 quiz, if you're asked to type an answer in a quiz, don't write out the answer, don't put a letter and a period, just put the letter. That way it does not mark it incorrect. And you'll see the rest of the chapters down here. As we get down to midterm, you can only take your midterms in a testing center. You can read all of the information about that in this page right here. Testing center information, student checklist. You have a practice test for the midterm and then the actual midterm. All right, and all the way down for the rest of the semester. Another area of the course that is important, I have to leave the student view. When you first get into Master in Oceanography, this is what you're going to see. You're going to click access code and click your access code and hit next. It might ask you a couple more questions and then it will let you into that portion. I'm going to get out of my student view and get into the e-text on my side of it and show you what that looks like. And this is what that e-text looks like. It's just your textbook through the website. So all of your information is here. There's a study area that gives really good questions for the end of the chapter to help you study for any tests, any animations that you want to see moving, or videos that kind of help you with those parts of the PowerPoints. And of course your grades are here in this area. I don't think anything's going to pop up right now because there are no grades. Nothing has really started yet, so it's still kind of blank in that area. But this will wrap up the video on the overall navigation of the course homepage. I hope this helps. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me at sdilling@edison.edu. I'm usually really good about getting back to you within a couple hours, definitely within 24 hours. So email me with any questions or concerns. Other than that, have a wonderful semester, and I hope that you have great success. Thank you.